Alright, single defense, what are we doing? And how are we going to beat wave 40? Because it has just become absolutely brutal. I think, okay, we got a couple of options here. I think we want the sprayers. I think, while the obelisks were great... Let's see. While the obelisks were great, they're kind of limited in how effective they are. Ballista's gain slow. There we go. Aw, damn it. I was hoping I could get it to wrap around. Like, obelisks are good. They're decent as kind of like a last-ditch thing, but they're not amazing. They don't have an AoE. They do attack really fast, though. Let's grab the crit. That might have actually been... do I want the crit or do I want the Tesla coil? Ah, shoot. Because Tesla coil goes really hard when I need it to be. Okay, let's grab this. Do I want to just get the Tesla right here? Actually, yes. I think I'll just have a couple of Teslas spaced out just to do their thing. Okay, damage to armor, which actually would be really helpful. Could get the sprayer, could get some other things. There we go. A Tesla with obelisk. I think I'm gonna skip the obelisks just because they're not that helpful. Lookouts. Lookouts are also probably worth it, but I'm thinking I can probably go for a sprayer instead. Oh shoot, all of these are good. Let's grab the mana bank. It's a 2 split. And this one potentially goes right back. So we'll see how this goes. I will have to figure out what I want to do with this run once we get in here. Considering the name, I'm wondering if quality over quantity gets removed from the pool if you have many towers down. I don't think so. Okay, banditry. Yeah, we want the extra money. I don't actually know how much every creature is worth per kill. 265. Hard to tell. Ah, shoot. There we go. Okay. And then this thing kind of cleans up and it's got that extra armor multiplier. It's about 12 per kill. Okay, so I mean, that's a 20% money gain. It probably also depends on the size of the creature. Airstrikes from far. Let's grab frostbolts just because. God damn it, I was really hoping I could get this to wrap around further. This is still a really nice little loop. So what does banditry do? It increases how much money I gain from killing enemies, but at the cost of making them do more damage to my core tower when they reach it. Which is... it's very much like kind of good-bad on that one. Because it's good, it means I get more money. Bad because there's a very real possibility that if I get hit by like a bad wave, they're just going to take me out and I'm not going to be able to recover from it. Probably the lookout tower. Actually, especially the lookout tower. What am I thinking? Look at this. Like, it doesn't even need to do anything more than that. It just needs to exist in that state. Right here, based on progress alone. Yeah, one of the loading screen tips also mentioned enemies are worth more based on the types of tower that they're hit by. Yes. So the one downside on that one that I will say is that, okay. So that's a bit of an issue. Not a huge one, but there's a number of spots where we actually do need this to be hitting. I guess I could get encampments, but they fire so damn slow. Yeah, I think I'll skip those. Fort Observers or Enchanted Bolts. Let's go for the Enchanted Bolts. Even though the better lookout tower upgrades are better, this gets me access to some status effects if I want to go that direction, which is pretty useful. Hey, and thank you, Xbound, for the 21-month resub. I was just sitting there thinking, like, numbers. I can't do this. But I also want to actually have a second one here. I've never seen encampments. Encampments are landmines, which are good, but they work as kind of more of like a fallback option. The problem with them being a fallback option is that means they don't get a whole lot of levels, which means their damage is pretty low. So by the time you need them, they're pretty weak unless you've invested a lot of money in them. So I'd much rather have like some really beefed out watchtowers or something else instead. Okay. Tesla coils gain burn damage. That's good stuff. Oh, this is what I'm looking for. Yeah, I could potentially put a secondary Tesla coil. I mean, we could actually just have Tesla coil after Tesla coil. And instead of focusing all in on one, we just get a bunch of them. Just lining this area. That's not a bad idea. The big issue is, yeah, just sheer lack of range there, but I could have quite a number on every single one of these, like, little side bits. Let's see, more burn damage. Yeah, more burn damage. Okay, we want to keep in... Ah, damn it! Why do you keep turning? No! Let's see. Recently returned to the channel and saw this Rogue Tower game. I can tell the dev is really reluctant to give towers AoE or higher fire rates without a drawback. Guess they're still dipping their toes into balance here. Well, part of it is the watchtower and also how this game handles leveling. That if you have a really, really high fire rate, the way the like tower leveling works means anything with a really high fire rate is inherently that much stronger than something that fires very slowly, if that makes sense. Do we want to get the haunted houses? We don't have haunted houses yet, but sure. No, damn it. It does keep kind of meandering back to town. I really want to do a single lane run at some point where it doesn't split for like forever and just wraps a nice spiral around my base. A few days in, how are you enjoying this? A few days. This is like, I think this is episode like 15 for YouTube. I've been playing this for a little over a week and I'm having a blast. It definitely has a couple of like design quirks that I don't know, but the rest of it is amazing. It is... I'm gonna... Oh, right. You know what? Who cares? Right, I should probably also switch these to fastest. I know how I'm gonna do this. We're gonna have two. You're gonna be fastest. And we'll do the same thing. Yeah. We'll just do that again. Increase our burn damage over time effect? Maybe. I think I'm probably going to want to level up my ballistas. Okay, get that one there. I'm just trying to max out these houses. Just have a bunch of these on fastest. What I figure is we do kind of what we did previously, but with a little bit more aggressive lookout usage. And definitely more crit. And just kind of spread some things out. I don't know. I don't really know what... I don't know how to counter the Beholder spam yet. I haven't gotten to that point. We'll be getting there soon enough. Okay, actually, it's going to take quite a while before we get to that point, but it's fine. Do I want to rip and tear till it's done? I don't think so. Oh. There we go. Because yeah, we definitely want that crit chance. See if I can push that a little further. So yeah, it's only a 6%, but if I can get all of those levels, then it becomes ridiculously strong. Do I want to... Yeah. What is your range? Not high enough. Because we might also want to specifically go through like a number of these spots that have more enemies than normal. And just toss Teslas all over the place. There we go. That way they can just kind of rack up some EXP. And I can upgrade them later. Okay, Tesla coils gain damage to shields. Yes, we want that. Because eventually if we can get it so that they do poison damage, and then slow based on the amount of poison dealt, then they become really spooky. Alright, Oogie time. Yeah, it is Oogie time. Definitely having just kind of random lookouts all over the place focused on whatever the fastest thing is probably also going to be kind of handy. Because I've been going for really, really dense builds, which works mostly fine, but it makes the beholders a lot spookier. Okay, how are you at? It's reasonably okay. How's Oogie doing? He's not burning enough. This thing isn't not strong. That's a bit better. There we go. It's gonna take a while. Really wish there were like sniper towers. No, not really. I guess that's kind of what the radar is. Which means I really should probably give them a shot. But instead, banditry. Go for this one. Oh, damn it. I wanted it to turn. It did not. The other thing I haven't invested into, or even tried, is the particle cannons. Those have been kind of outside of my build for a while, because volume is usually my biggest foe. I guess what we could do, especially here, we could go mortars. And just go really hard to just blast. Oh yeah, time to tax the dead. If I can. This specific level design does not seem conducive to taxing the dead. Holy shit, that's the only... This is the only one that I can invest in. That's embarrassing. No interest in boss loot chests? Eh. I get around to it. Let's see, lifesteal? No. None of these are really that good. I guess we'll grab the mana siphons. Let's see, maximum burn damage. Sure. Yeah, this is what the pattern is really supposed to look like. Personally, I think I like it better with the mana bank. And only the mana banks. But at least now I have ridiculous amounts of mana. Oh, there's another one. No. More crit. Wow. Just absolutely atrocious. Death taxes here are just not going to work out for me, are they? Oh, why did... why did I put that there? I think I had a mana bank. Or I think I thought I had a mana bank. And then I most definitely did not. Okay, what else are we gonna do? I am seeing a number of shielded enemies that are a little spooky, but I don't think they're gonna be too much of a problem here. Because we do poison damage, which is good against them. I could also look into poison sprayers, but I think getting them to actually attack what I want them to is not as easy as I'd like it to be. Yeah, do I want to go radars? They're really expensive, though. Because I could also go for, like, a couple of separate obelisks all over the place wherever I've put a lookout tower. And sync them up. Because that works kind of well. Because they have trouble switching targets. But that's not necessarily that bad. Because what do I have currently? I've got the Tesla coil I got the lookout, and I've got the ballista, which is not much. I was kind of hoping to go for mortars instead. Because I could put a bunch of mortars here, and that would give me a bunch of AoE, which I do not have. Yeah, let's just go for the status effect instead. Do the particle cannons have AoEs? I don't think they do. I think they're just single target and they just do gobs to foes. Because I think that's going to remain one of my larger, more annoying issues to have to deal with. I don't know. We will see. Unfortunately, there's a lot of unfortunates. I'm trying to plan ahead for something that I've barely experienced and barely understand, like what the big failing point is. It really does seem to be just large quantity volume. And a lot of shields. Like, maybe if I just had a ton of mortars that were entirely based around the idea of popping shields in large AoE bursts. If that would work. Don't shredders go in a super straight line? They do. The only problem with the shredders is they actually have a limited, I don't want to say a limited duration. And, you know, actually, we could give shredders a shot all the same. But one of the problems with the shredders is they can only hit like 10 enemies at a time, which means they're not nearly as good as you'd think they would be. They're not like mortars where it doesn't matter how dense it is. Yeah, limited punch through, sadly. Let's grab the mortars, because we've got a lot of really good shot spots here. And these suckers are just going to be shooting at most shield. But I'm going to probably alternate between most shield and progress and most shield and slowest. Or maybe most health. Progress again. Progress, most health. Okay. East armor. There we go. Okay, so hopefully those will just kind of start shelling things at a distance. Because armor has yet to be a big deal. Maybe like 1 for armor. Least shield. And most health. Okay, there we go. Because, yeah, one of the big problems with the mortars is they don't always hit. They actually have kind of piss poor accuracy. Mind-boggled on how some of the achievements, like ballistas only as possible, with how much monster spam comes out towards the end. I'm not sure if that's possible. It probably is. But I definitely agree with you. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Okay, let's let's just have a number of these on fastest. I don't think I'll give them a lookout tower. I could. But I think we mostly just want to slow as many things down as we possibly can as they near a lot of my base setup. Okay, what do we want to do? Bleed, poison. Obelisks do more poison damage, mortars do extra damage and health. Let's go for that. And yeah, I might still try the blades. I feel like they could actually work really well for me. I just have to put them at regular intervals. Just, the problem is, where do you put them? Do you put them in the back and do tons of damage? Therefore, you're not wasting your upgrades and you go really hard on one? Or do you put them further up, where it fires a lot more often, but might go down the wrong lane? Or, I could just have like 6 of them right here. Maybe. Did they get rid of the mortars having smart rounds? I don't think they track enemies. I think they're just trying to predict where the enemies are going to be. I don't think they've removed that yet. Okay. Yep, shoot. There you go. Mortars gain the attack radius. Just give this one most health. And slowest. I don't know. Mortars do so little damage to shields, though. For a little while. Then they get really good at popping shields. Let's see. Because at the moment they're not great, but I could dump a lot of money on them and make them good. But at the moment I'd much rather hold off on that a bit and just let them level naturally and save my money to just get a bunch of other things down. Little suckers are quick. Wish you could refund EXP without having to regrind from 0. Yeah, it would be nice. But I almost feel like at that point you could almost put down a bunch of towers just to farm money by regrinding EXP. I don't know. I guess it could just keep track of how much money that you've put into the system. There we go. More crit, more crit. Okay, so my crit chance is now pretty bad. Or my base damage is kind of bad. My crit chance is going to be nice and high depending on the tower. So this one's already at 21%. Just keep popping these things down. Hey, you know what I can do? I can tax the dead. I've been kind of putting that off. But now we've actually got quite a number of graves that I can make money off of. Are you... Yeah. I think that's the right level. That's nice. Go over here. Nope. How are we doing monetarily? Fine, mainly because we're not spending large quantities of it. There we go. Wow. Switching that around changed a lot. Yeah, I could potentially get like another one there. Maybe. Okay, get that to level 12. I'll work on that one. More money. Sprayer. Actually, most of these are pretty bad. That to level 20 just as kind of a backup. I think this one's going to be an all-rounder because who knows what it's going to be up against. And yeah. You know, at this point, I'd say the haunted houses are actually going to be maybe worthwhile. Because it's seven gold now. Death tax due, net tax collected 7 gold. I'm curious about how that works. Because I feel like that could end up doing tons, getting me tons of money by the end of a run. But I'm not quite clear about how they function. I probably should have read the description because I think it got changed, and I just, yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Fine. Hey, more haunted houses. Not in that one. There we go. Yeah, it actually goes up with mana efficiency upgrade. Not 100% on that one, though. Oh, boy. You know what this has done, though? Absolutely destroyed my mana. Oof. Okay. Mortars gain blast radius? Hell yeah. Okay, so how much did they get me now? 6 gold, 8 gold, 12 gold. So I think it goes up over time. Yep, that's the wrong one. I'm just not sure by how much. Let's see. What else do we do? Mostly just kind of chill. Yeah, this one's actually getting a reasonable level. And most of these are. Just by kind of being here. Fortunately, they're not always focused on the same targets. That's okay. You know the other thing I should probably do? Get a bunch of ballistas here. And just have them based on progress. Because one of these is fastest, one of these is progress. And we want to make sure that it's usually focused on targets back here. I guess I could also put a mortar, like, right here. And have it be focused specifically on progress. Maybe. Or fastest. Or maybe slowest. Tesla coils gain poison damage. That's what we're looking for. See if I can get this to turn. Come back. I guess we need the range upgrade for that to really pan out. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I think we do actually want to get the saw blades. I wonder if a saw blade comboed with a tower with like a lookout could work really well, where the saw blade hits every progressive enemy. No, it would have to kill them for it to be worth it. So that's not actually as viable as I think it would be. It's fine. Okay. Do we have more grave? Come on. I mean, we have this one. It's not so bad. That stupid iron mine is just like, yes, I get the graves, not you. Rude. Oh, and we don't have any status effects on our mortars yet. Once we get that, then they become a lot better. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we should go really hard on status effects here before even getting another tower. Because we've got such a high crit chance that getting the crit damage based on how much status effects an enemy has, that's probably going to be the thing that kills enemies more so than anything else. Go, my mangoes. Are they mangoes? Okay, slow cooker. Burns enemies. Burning enemies burn faster based on how much slow they have. Yeah, but no. Grab, bleed them dry. Let's see. Mortars have range, yes, but I'm gonna go for the jagged heads. And attacks against bleeding enemies have higher crit chance. Okay. So how much How much do I get off of these things? Wow. Yeah, they are worth it. I'm gonna put Tesla coil up here. It just seems like it's worth it to just do some stuff. It just seems like a really good spot to have it. Let's see. Anything else? No. But we are starting to hit them with a decent chunk of status effects, which is nice. I also just love the trails on my shots. Like, that alone is kind of worth it in and of itself. I've got tons of money. I probably will get the universities, because all I have to do is pick that up, and that also gets me the crit, so it's worth it. Assuming I live long enough to make it work. Let's see. I'm just gonna have tons of these ballistas just kind of here. They're cheap, they do good damage, and they work well with my towers. Let's see. Mortars gain bleed. Yes. Probably. I'd like to get the university, but we don't even have a spot for it at the moment. Actually, no. We gotta get the university. Just in case we do get one, like, right now. Nope. What would I put here? Because I feel like I probably should. Mortar? Mortar. Yeah, I'll just kind of slap mortars down in those spots. Just to kind of spread havoc. And just be mean to things. Could also get like a lot more there. But what I want to do is loot this back. Just for more oomph. Because this sucker is already pretty hurt by the time he's gotten here. No research spots though. And I think we're not getting any more graves. Wait. Did I? Oh, I see. Because we probably didn't have the maps, the map filled out for that. Okay. Anything else for me to do? And it feels like more ballistas here. Okay. Now mortars gain bleed. This is making me tons. I think these are actually very much worth it. Because this sucker, net tax collected 50. So it's already halfway paid itself off. And I think it does get better over time. What do we want to do next? I'm just kind of... I'm trying to figure out what to spend my gobs of money on. Because currently we're in a relatively comfortable state, so I don't feel like I need to spend too much immediately. I guess a couple of mortars in this general vicinity, focused on slowest, would not be the worst idea. Just on slowest. That way, guaranteed that they're going to hit, and most likely... do a chunk of damage. Let's see, super boosted Tesla on a choke point. It probably would be this one, if anywhere. Mortars gain range. Airstrikes from afar. Bleeding enemies take extra damage from attacks. I mean, I should probably just go for this. Or do I want to go for the bleed damage? Let's go for the bleed damage. I'm just gonna kind of invest in this just so these have something to shoot at. Because they can actually do some, like, gnarly hits fairly early on by doing this. Oh, don't forget to include the extra mana banks. You need to fund the haunted houses. When determining the breakpoint, 10 rounds, even in a 50-round game, isn't worth it. Maybe. You might be right about that one. We'll see when we're done. Okay, because yeah, these guys are getting a decent chunk of bleed. And if I invested more into my mortars, they probably would get even more so. Most important part is that many of them are going into this kind of partway injured. And that's what we're looking for. Let's see. Extra status effects? Yeah, let's do it. Hey, there we go. Waiting for this to show up. Okay, I'm gonna do something slightly different. Health is not my problem. Shield is my problem. So what if I just go really hard on shield damage? Okay, so how much is this? It's getting 8 per round. So we've still got... I mean, it might get more. Or, yeah? Yeah, it's getting 8 per round. I don't know. We'll see on that one. Yeah, I should probably also level these things up. Okay, this is fastest. We probably want progress. Oh, yeah. That would do it. Well, there goes all my money, but hopefully that'll make things a little bit better. Who's left? Oh, this singular ghost has to walk this dang run by itself. That's the one downside to this very lengthy route. Okay, bonus to research. All towers gain crit chance. Damn it. All of these are good. I gotta go for that. Oh, this spot would actually be really good for some mortars if I want to invest in them. Yeah. I really did get a 1 HP damage from the 3% upgrade and no shields. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. You know what? Instead, I really should probably be focused on this area. Here. You're gonna be most armor, least shield, and most health. Let's kind of do the same thing here. What am I doing? Least armor, no shields, most health. There we go. That way those will kind of finish things off. This will just be focused on progress. I might actually just want to invest in HP here. But I think when it comes down to it, it's still not actually worth investing too much in individual things if I've got lookouts in the immediate area. Here, let's just do most shield, least armor. Doesn't matter too much. Okay, what do we get next? All mortars gain bleed damage? Probably. No, we want to go for the poison. Whichever one gets me the poison slow. Did I finish upping this one? Nope. Okay, let's have this one on armor. Unfortunately, I don't think my mortars do a whole lot of damage. Especially to shield. Or not shield, to armor. Let's invest in this guy. That should be better. That should be a lot better. The next one would be, honestly, making this sucker, like, ridiculous. How's this doing? We're doing better. Yeah, the missile dudes are always going to be a nuisance to me. Especially because I'm not applying a whole lot of fire here. My mortars don't have any kind of fire effect. Nor do my ballistas. The armor seems to be a consistent problem. It's armor first and then shield. And by the time shield becomes a problem, armor no longer is. So I'm trying not to overinvest into armor. I say after upping these things' armor damage to pretty hefty degrees. That said, I think we're good after that. And then there's the one tottering ghost that still just is here. Nope, that's not it. Is it vile consumption that gets me this one? I'm gonna go for it. One of them makes it so the poison... poison slows enemies down, and we want that whenever we can get it. Okay, what else do we do? I think we just kind of chill. Might want to give my mortar some extra range. But now that I'm looking at it, these are not quite as useful. If we see that upgrade go by, I'll probably pick it up. How much is this making? Death tax. Yeah? Yeah, I'm unsure on these houses. Like, at this point, it's paid for itself, but has it paid for itself and the mana banks that it's invested in? And I'm not sure on that one. Let's see, are the planes particularly high rate of fire, either individually or in aggregate? So the issue with the planes is that they do actually have a very high fire rate, which means they have very high damage. They do a little bit of an AoE. The problem is they have to bank between every hit, which means they're not actually firing as nearly as fast as advertised. The other problem is planes are very expensive. It's 1,000 to put down the first, and it goes up by 250 every single time, which means they're a heftier investment than, say, the mortars. Wow, these universities are horseshit. I mean, it's probably fine, but I went all in on shield damage, and it is not paying out. How's this doing? Oh. That'd probably help a bit. Okay. We want slow but sure. Or long-range ballistics. No, I gotta go slow but sure. We wanna leverage those status effects. The radars are 100% worth it. They're just, well, I don't know. They're good. I just haven't figured out how to fit them into my build without over-investing in them. If that makes sense. There we go. Yeah, there's some missiles, but the missiles aren't really a problem. Because they don't do that much damage. Or they're not that tough, and they're pretty quick, but that's why I have all of these ballistas just kind of waiting here. Let's see. This is all kind of well and good. The main problem is just, it's a very long run. Almost all of these. I'm just gonna have you be most health. Do your thing. You most armor? Did I level this up? No. Did I level this one up? Nope. Yeah, a couple levels makes them pretty damn strong. What about you? Nope. What are you on? Most armor? Yeah, some planes would not be a bad idea just for long runs like this. 'Cause otherwise, this is just going to take forever. I mean, not that long. All towers gain 5% crit chance? Yeah. Alright, let's fill that out. More universities. Probably shouldn't invest that much, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Oops, too much. Okay, let's just go until we run out of money. I can't believe I still haven't gotten another upgrade. There we go. That should help. Let's see, do we have any more? We do. We have more pretty decent mortar spots, especially if I give them the extra range. It seems a little silly to put a bunch of mortars around here, though, to be honest. I wonder if you could actually leverage this a little bit better, now that I'm thinking about it. If you really go hard on one lane, only expand that one lane, you wait till kind of the end, and then you put down portals kind of closer to your base, and then just, like, jam mortars or some other things on it. See, room for another university. Oh yeah, you're right. There we go. Thank you. I forgot that we completed this one. Oh, it's Robo-Oogie time. Yeah, our poison damage is okay, but it could be better. Because yeah, our mortars don't have poison or fire. See, now he's getting cooked. Let's see, mortars gain bleed. Oh, well, that would explain why we don't have it. Yeah. Okay, mortars gain damage. Blisses gain bleed. I'm gonna give him more bleed damage. I don't think we need to. File consumption 2. Poison enemies take extra shield. Yes. There we go. Well, we got 3 more health damage upgrades. Sure. It's fine. Eventually this is going to pay out, or it's not going to at all, and I'm going to feel very silly. Okay. Because it's not it's not these guys that are the problem, it's the beholders. Which, actually, at this point, I should really be investing most of my money into my Teslas. And largely into shield damage. Because we want to make sure that these guys do not round corners with large quantities of shields. Because at this point, armor is not a problem. I think it mildly is. Interestingly enough, anything that comes down this side hasn't been really much of a threat, but I guess they're only coming from 2 angles. Whereas most of these other ones have been coming from all sorts. Let's see. Also, drink some water. Let's see. All towers gain crit. I'm in the bonus research. I'm gonna go for the bonus research. But, or do I want to go for a seance and see what happens? Use mana twice as efficiently. Nah, let's go for that. I'm curious about the extra mana efficiency just because that might mean more money for them. I don't think I'm going to go haunted houses in the future. Like, they pay for themselves, but they pay for themselves very slowly. I was hoping they'd ramp up over time, like the houses instead. Okay. Here's where things are getting a little dicey. I guess what I should probably do is really start just putting ballistas all over the place here. And probably a lookout. Up here. For fastest. There we go. Because a number of them are just starting to kind of squeak through. And being able to slow them down better is probably going to go a long way, especially on this side. Let's see. And these things are getting crushed pretty quick. Who's left? Just one robot. Because I don't think anything coming from this side is actually going to be much of a threat for me. There we go. Ballistas deal bleed damage. Ballistas deal poison damage. All towers getting crit chance. Yeah. We want the crit chance. Okay. Okay, we just want to have these focused on fastest. Because this poor Tesla tower is not really getting to bring a lot of its shots to bear. That's level 20. That's level 40 something. Okay. Yeah, we just want to keep aiming for the fastest, because whatever is quickest means it's going to be rushing my defenses that much faster. Yeah, here are the beholders. Research so far. Health damage. Some shields. Mostly health. Okay. What else can I do? Mostly just wait and hope. Hope that I've got enough here. I was really hoping I could get my mortars some more status effects. Because bleed is not terrible, but it's not huge. Let's see. Increased status effect damage, which is tempting. Trail of blood, which is good. Mortars gain damage to armor. We should probably go for make them suffer. There we go. Now it's starting to cap it out. And that's some amount of universities. Yeah, great if you can get one down early enough in the game. Feels nice. Usually that's not the case. Yeah, you'd want to get a university down on, like, I don't know. Oh. Here, I'm just gonna get this down. Give it some bonus damage. There we go. How's this doing? Reasonably okay. What about this one? This one's just gonna be shield and health. In decent quantities. Because, yeah, the little dudes kind of speed my defenses, but not that much. At least not yet. Okay. I gotta remember to spend all of my money before the next wave. Because the next wave is when I die. Historically. Yeah, these guys are armored, but armor doesn't matter at this point. Unless we run into something a lot tougher than what we're currently contending with. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think those robots really are at peak. There's those little flying eyeballs. Those are the ones. Okay. All mortars gain poison damage. Big. Still wish I had some of the perks that made it so I got crit damage based on how much status effect they have. But, oh well. Should have this in the bag. You never know. Wow, look at that crit chance. Nearly, oh yeah, these? No, a number of these actually have decent crit chance. Cool. Alright. Ammo. Yeah, the gas shells are going to be quite nice, because that's an extra couple hundred points of damage. Just here and there. Let's see, what are you? Your most shield? Let's get you up to 20. What are you? Slowest. I don't know what to do with slowest. This is most shield again. Right, I was going to spend all of my money, but kind of forgot that bit. Okay. There goes all of my money. Yeah, I think it's the Teslas that are saving me here. Though I think I'm dead. No. Yeah, so you need 3 Teslas, at least, to not die here. And even then it's dodgy. Because every time a beholder dies, it shoots out 4 eyeballs. And so you can't just rely on one single Tesla tower. And yeah, my money, my mana is having some pravels. It's fine. Okay. So every beholder splits into 4 eyeballs. So you can't just have one Tesla tower. Because most likely, the 4 eyeballs are not going to get slowed before that Tesla tower has another chance to shoot. So I think what's been killing me for the most part is just the fact that, while my damage is great, I need to have some kind of secondary layers. The one thing I would say is the eyeballs aren't actually that strong. So you could potentially have just something real basic, you know, some saw blades or, you know, regular Tesla towers, just kind of here, here, and here. Just for a little bit of cleanup and not really invest too much money in them. I've been struggling with this, because yeah, the beholders didn't used to do this. This is kind of a new addition, and so figuring out how to counter this has been my big white whale. Let's go for this one. I really do not know where you get the... other stuff. Here's the other question. Maybe I actually just put them here. Because I could just kind of layer them in this one area. I really like the encampment for the last layers. They can build up mines all around. Yeah. I think my problem is historically they've just been kind of underwhelming. And by the time I start running into emergency territory, it's too late for them. The other thing is, then they keep offering you their upgrades from their pool, which is my big issue, if that makes sense. That deck bloat is a serious problem with this game, and that the upgrade pool is so bloated with potential offered upgrades that it's actually quite difficult to get what you want. You know, I've been looking for certain upgrades for how long now? Quite a while. And admittedly, maybe I'm missing, like, the precursor upgrade. And I probably am. There we go. But because I'm missing those specific upgrades, I'm just gonna have to wait potentially for the whole round for it to show up. And so anything that I pick that has, like, its own upgrade tree, is like bloats everything that much more. So picking up the encampments means it's going to keep asking you, hey, do you want one of these 3 different upgrades, as opposed to just offering me just the encampment. And so it's why you notice I generally only actually pick like 4 things on a run, if even. Okay, so yeah, we've finally solved at least some of this, which is you need a bunch of, honestly, you need like 1 or 2 frontal high damage things, and then a bunch of smaller stuff to kind of pick off the stragglers that get through. I could probably do like a triple obelisk run at some point, where the obelisks are purely set for highest armor, highest shield, and highest health. Or no, highest shield, highest armor, and highest health in that order, spaced out a little bit. And then after that is just a bunch of like weaker obelisks or other things in this same configuration, just to keep catching the Ds. I think about 3 layers of that plus a bunch of ballistas all over the place should do the trick. There it is. Expunge. Crit steal 10% of the target's current poison is extra poison damage. That should crack the game open. Let's see. Round 45 is the last, so don't think you can portal every path. Yeah, you can. I think it might actually have me portaling a little early, which is a little weird. But I might have missed a lane. Yeah, so there are a couple of ways of managing the deck bloat. One of the easiest ways to do it is to reset your EXP and only pick the towers you're willing to use. That will limit the deck bloat down to, honestly, just such a small amount that you don't have to worry about anything. Wow, look at this go. I'm very glad I got all of those extra Teslas. This would have been rough. Where is my cursor? Okay, so you're going to be most shield. Gonna have a couple of spare lookouts just all over the place. And you're gonna be most health. And let's have one last Tesla coil that's here. That's just these. There we go. I think we're golden. I don't think we can do any more. There we go. That sucker should be nice and strong, and then it's just the stragglers. Alright, there we go. 2 universally upgraded towers, and for the remaining towers I pick 1 path for it to specialize in, and don't upgrade it further. That's how I'm doing it. That makes sense. I just want to mess around with things. I think next round we should give particle cannons a shot. I'm curious about how I want to deal with the beholders, because the main problem is the last thing I want to do with this game is keep using Teslas for every round. Just because I find that very uncompelling. And so I'd much rather try some other things. Let's see. Mortars do bleed damage. Yeah, more bleed damage. Maybe? Or do I go for Trail of Blood? Let's go for Trail of Blood. Oh, yeah. There we go. Catch any of that haunted house discussion. Honestly, just... my impression seems to be not worth it, don't bother. It feels like I have more money than I normally do. And it would be kind of neat if it actually showed financial reports for, like, here's how much, the haunted houses were actually worth. Like, to a lesser degree, if the graves were a little bit denser packed, I think it would be worth it. Our flames versus shield. Technically bad, but you can upgrade them so that they're good versus shield with just enough points. The fire damage doesn't tick on until they pop the shield off, but you can make them work. this is so many beholders, but it doesn't really matter. You have to not rely on Teslas if you're going to do the ballistas plus Teslas only achievement. That's an achievement? Huh. I should probably actually look at the achievements and maybe use those to kind of determine what I'm going to do with a number of these runs. I don't know. We will see. Hopefully we also get a bunch of interesting new tower types, or even evolutions to kind of combo in. Okay, fire still does damage, I think. Saw a tooltip that says statuses just do half damage to the wrong type. Good to know. Do haunted houses sell for the cost to place them? That means they literally just convert mana into money. It's a good point. I could actually just pick them back up again towards the end. The main reason why I'm saying they're not as worth it is, I mean, I guess that is a good argument to make, that you could always sell them before, like, wave 40 for an extra boost. Not worry about the income anymore, because you're not really trying to break even, you're just trying to make as much as you possibly can before getting out. But it does take an upgrade to unlock them. And that's the issue. Well, I mean, we seem to have this. Crit steal, 10% of the target's current bleed is extra bleed damage. That's super busted. Because now we've got that for both poison and bleed. So it means all of my things that just kind of crit randomly, which, like, a level 4 ballista tower has a 22% chance to crit. Like, it's not that I have to hit enemies much. I just have to hit them a little and they just die. I do also have to make sure I have enough status effects tacked on. But I mean, that's a lot of fire, that's a lot of poison. Less so on the bleed side of things, but still. So I don't know. I might stick with the graves. But I might just kind of placidly ignore them. If I don't have a better selection, I'll go for them in the future, but I'm not going to go out of my way. Let's get +5 crit if the enemy's already bleeding. Yup. Oh yeah. No, we've got a lot of fancy little perks that are just carrying us forward. How much money? Can I get the vaunted level 100 tower? 6,000 damage per shot. This thing is stupid. Come on, a little bit more. The price does not actually go up that much. It goes up a lot with the lookout towers. Okay, 3 more levels, but we have 1 more level. Got 1 more round, so I can get a level 100 tower. Plus there's a couple more, like, just stragglers. You're rich now. Yeah. Sell the haunted houses. No! They will live and they will tax ghosts. You thought you could escape this when you were dead? Funny joke. Oh shit. Did these things split into beholders? They do! Oh gosh. It's like a horror Matryoshka doll of eyeballs. Tesla has a 50% chance to crit. It's got a 50% chance to quadruple crit. Or maybe it's 50% of a 50% of a 50%, but still. They're not even getting to it. But it does take them a long time to get there. The half damage versus non-weak HP pools is in the guide, but only mentions nullifying regen. In a tip that shows, yeah. All towers gain more crit chance. Also, Supavec. How is life? There we go. Level 100 tower. There's no achievement for a level 100 tower. Well, alright. What are some other chivos while we're waiting? Increase maximum slow to 90%. Oof. Reduce maximum haste to 0%. I think I have to go for Frost Towers to get that one, though I think there's another structure that also messes with slow. Tower max health to 50. Sniper Party. Win only by building ballistas and particle cannons. Ballistas and obelisks. Ballistas and radars. So it's just ballistas and everything else. I will have to mess around with those. Oh, that's tower max health, not a tower max health. It's mine. Let's see. Super tower. Tower up to level 50. But I have that. Defeat Big Brain Oogie and triple defense. Oh, right. I forgot Big Brain Oogie's a thing. Is he here? Yeah, there he is. I missed the toxic slowing. Oh yeah, that's a good point. But I currently do not have that. At least I don't think I have that one. It's fine. We'll get to Big Brain Oogie when we get to Big Brain Oogie, and then when we do, you're gonna have a bad day. But yeah, we could try messing around with some of the achievements at this point if we wanted to. Oh, I skipped in the last selection, the toxic slowing. Whatever, I don't care at this point. It's not gonna make a difference, nor is it necessary. Universities did pay off. Yeah, they did. An extra 11 health damage, 9 armor damage, and only 6 shield damage. RNG is a weird thing. One unfortunate part is my mortars don't actually do enough. To really do lasting status effects to the guy. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, how much did these make? 220 gold per? Yeah, I actually want to say that the haunted houses probably were a worthwhile investment by the end. But it's a pretty thin margin. Is he going to get killed before he even gets to the meat of my defenses? Purely based on crit poison and crit bleed damage? I think it's possible. Those status effects do actually tick down pretty quick. Wow, yep, there he goes. Just a couple hits, and he's just gone. There we go. Okay, so ballistas did really good amounts of damage for the amount I invested into them. Same thing with the mortars. Oddly, well, no, I know why the Tesla coil had a bad investment, because honestly, this damage per gold is kind of not great. I almost wish there was a round-by-round DPS meter that you could pull up. Because yeah, the Tesla coil certainly did the most amount of damage to health, shields, and in total and whatnot. Health, armor, and shield. But I invested so much more into that singular one. Yeah, mortar. Typo. Oh well. That's a lot of money. Alright. Well. What do we do next? Do we start going for some of the weird Chivos, or do I go back and try and beat double defense and triple defense? I feel like we could start beating these at this point, assuming we don't get unlucky.